Keir Starmer's reputation, whatever is left of it, is really going down the drain with this grooming gang scandal after his party, specifically Jess Phillips, responded to Oldham Council's request for a government-led inquiry into the grooming gang scandal in their area. They did not want to help them. They said, sod off, figure out your own local inquiry. We've had questions being asked about whether Keir Starmer was complicit at all in the covering up of these grooming gangs when he was Director of Public Prosecutions at the CPS between 2008 and 2013. And now we have got a new revelation. Yes, GB News have done an exclusive with Jayne Senior, who is one of the prominent whistleblowers in the grooming gang scandal in Rotherham. And she says that Keir Starmer ignored her when she put out a cry for help, wrote him a letter asking for help with the immense bullying that she faced from the Labour Party and from those in Labour at the Rotherham Council when she was trying to expose what was going on. So this is Jayne Senior, who you may recognise from the Grooming Gangs documentary that GB News did, and she was given an MBE by the late Queen for her fantastic work, and she's been helping survivors of grooming gangs since 1997, and she wrote a letter to Keir Starmer because, as you can imagine, probably know about the corruption and whatnot that went on at Rotherham Council, attempts to cover this up. She faced a heck of a lot of pushback for trying to expose what was going on with these young girls in Rotherham. So she wrote a letter to Keir Starmer because she, quote, consistently faced hostility from within the Labour Party and the local authority which is Labour controlled. She said that they had conducted a campaign to undermine her achievements and damage her reputation in order to deflect from their failure to protect children. So she wrote this letter to Keir Starmer asking for help to resolve the matters with the bullying that she was facing and to restore her confidence. She was a Labour councillor. She was part of the Labour Party, and you would have thought that the leader of that party would stand up to bullying within the party, especially when this is not some nobody. This is a woman who has been given an MBE by the late Queen and has dedicated decades to helping young girls who have been appallingly abused. So what happened? Well, after she sent that letter, is Keir Starmer responded, and this is what he had to say. And GB News can exclusively reveal this. This is Charlie Peters' article here. Unfortunately, we will be unable to facilitate a meeting with Keir Starmer. And they just gave her an online form to report her concerns. Anyone who's filled out an online form knows that you never get a response and it never goes anywhere. And she then eventually quit as a Labour councillor back in March of 2021. So she wrote that letter to Keir Starmer in 2020 when he was leader of the opposition. And sure, okay, as leader of the opposition, I'm sure you are a busy guy. But to just fob her off like this and say, here's an online form, you've dedicated decades of your life to helping children who have been abused by these appalling gangs, you've been given an MBE by the late Queen, but we're not interested in even setting up a 5-minute call with you. I think that is pretty pathetic from Keir Starmer. I think we still remain to see the details specifically about what he did as Director of Public Prosecutions at the CPS. To what extent, if at all, was he guilty in being complicit in the cover-up of the grooming gangs? You've got some individuals coming out and saying actually he made a lot of progress in the CPS to try and change things for the better when it comes to this. So lots of different voices on that, and I think we'll see more detail of that in the coming days and weeks. But I think this specific case of him ignoring this letter from Jayne Senior, I think it is pretty appalling, and I think it all leads many people to believe that maybe one of the I think there are many reasons, but I think one of the reasons why the Labour Party may be scared to have a government-led inquiry is because they know that it might destroy Keir Starmer. I might be right, I might be wrong. But let's have a look at what Rupert Lowe had to say about this. So he says this is a failure of leadership by the Prime Minister in one of the biggest cover-ups and failures by the British state. Senior was recognised by the Queen, who in 2016 invested upon her an MBE. For the Prime Minister to fail to even ask for more information, let alone have a meeting, is quite frankly horrifying. Reform UK are clear. We need a swift and proper public inquiry, and anybody found to be involved should either be behind bars in the UK or sent back to where they came from if a foreign national. So pretty strong words there from Reform MP Rupert Lowe, who, if you've been on X, you will have seen that he has been avidly tweeting about this issue and is very, very keen to take action on this. He's already been doing phone calls with victims and whistleblowers, desperately trying to understand the situation, putting pressure on the Home Office to give us answers about, for example, why people haven't been deported. So lots and lots of pressure at the moment for a government inquiry and for more answers generally on what has happened. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think that this scandal could result in Keir Starmer eventually having to resign as Prime Minister? Do you think that they will give in and let us have a government-led inquiry? And what do you think is going to happen in this country and to the Labour Party if they deny us the opportunity to have a government-led inquiry? Anyways, I'm Chloe Dobbs. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you all soon.
Still watching? Well, I've got a quick ask for you. Recent UK, we're fighting the woke brigade and inspiring young Brits, but we need your help to go bigger. We're hosting a fundraiser and would love you to sign up and share the link on the big day. It's easy, it makes a massive impact, and there are prizes for top fundraisers. Click the Google form in the description to join us. Cheers very much. Let's keep going together.